Well, another Republican Party's presumptive presidential nominee, well, he's changing his tune when it comes to those campaign donations for the general election. Donald Trump has been now setting up a national fundraising operation and taking a hands-off approach toward those super PACs. You know, throughout the primary, Mr. Trump proudly touted that he was financing his own campaign. To some, that was one of his big appeals. But now that self-funding will not continue because he faces a general election price tag of upwards of $1 billion or more. Here is Trump campaign manager, Republican veteran Paul Manafort, on Fox News Sunday about the financing.
Donald Trump has proven in the primary process he put his money where his mouth is. He was elected or nominated to be the Republican nominee by the people based on a self-funded campaign. And his interests now are united only with the Republican Party against the liberal agenda of the Democratic Party.
So can he raise the dough he now needs to go forward? Michael Warren is a staff writer for the Weekly Standard and joins us now from Washington. Michael, you know, he needs $1 billion. I mean, he's got that in the bank already, but he's going to get it from other sources. How is he going to get it? Do you think he will?
Well, let's first dispatch with that lie that Donald Trump didn't self-fund his primary campaign. That he did self-fund it. He did get donations from some people. He was soliciting them on his website. So at least now he's maybe being a little more forthright about what he needs. He does need that $1 billion, and he's going to tap into the Republican Party apparatus, the donor network. I think, though, it's an open question about whether or not he's actually going to be able to get that money, or at least a large amount of money that, say, a Mitt Romney style or even a Ted Cruz style nominee would have been able to enjoy, simply because of his unique nature as a candidate and the number of constituencies within the Republican Party he's ticked off over the last several months.
I mean, it looks like he faces, you know, quite a challenge in trying to get the money. And take a look at his fundraising so far, and you make a great point about that. According to Open Secrets, he's raised about $51 million. A quarter of that has come from individuals, those people, as you said, donations, $12 million. But look at the other number. More than $36 million were loans from him. So 75%, the overwhelming amount of money that he has so far, has come from him. He's going to need, you know, 20 times that. Is it possible at all that he can come up with that number?
I suppose it's possible. There are plenty of billionaires out there whose biggest fear is a President Hillary Clinton, so I think that's what he's counting on. I think it's just going to be a lot more difficult for him to do it, and he's going to have to do some things that I wonder if he's even constitutionally capable of doing, which is apologize for some of the things he's said, to backtrack on some of the positions he's taken, you know, saying that he's willing to raise taxes on the wealthy, for instance. That's something that the donor class of the Republican Party hasn't been interested in the past. Or he's going to have to do another thing, which is raise the specter of President Hillary Clinton and sort of ram that message down all the donors' throats. I'm really skeptical, particularly if there is this third-party conservative candidate that comes about, that people are talking about could come about. He's just going to have a really tough time doing it, and he needs to get that $1 billion just to get the baseline that he needs to run against Hillary Clinton. He's already about 10 points behind. He needs, I think, even more than $1 billion to catch up with her.
Yeah, she's talked about that. They're going to be spending $1 billion, so it seems like he's really behind the 8 ball. You think in 4 days when he has the meeting with Speaker Ryan and Reince Priebus in Washington that he's going to get the RNC on his side and they can come together as some type of fundraising effort?
Reince Priebus, the RNC, I think probably so. Paul Ryan, I think, is a different story. You know, he's withheld his endorsement at this point. I don't know what he's going to do in the next coming days. I do think, though, the RNC has made it very clear. They've indicated through their signals and the things that they've said that they're going to get behind Donald Trump as the nominee, that he is the Republicans' nominee. The question, again, is those other donors, people who have donated to the RNC and Republican presidential candidates, they aren't, I think, as well aligned with the Republican Party as they have been in the past, because, look, it's their money. They're interested in seeing a candidate who espouses their views, and I'm not sure Donald Trump is that person.
Know, that's true. And if you gave money to Lion Ted, or or little Marco, or Carly, I mean, you may not want to open up your wallet for Donald Trump. Finally, there's this super PAC. It's the Great America PAC. That supposedly, look, there he is up on top. It seems to support him. They say the media thinks you don't exist, and they've got that whole thing, and they're on the right. See those names? They have like first names and cities of people who are donating money. Do you think this will be enough for him to try and get that $1 billion, or he's going to really need a lot more?
he is going to need a lot more. And you're right. You raise a really good point about, you know, the bad will that Donald Trump has sort of instigated within the party. He's taken over the Republican Party. There's no question about that. It's his party now. But at what cost? You know, in his pursuit to win the nomination, he's burned so many bridges. And you have to wonder if, I mean, all those sort of individual donations, a super PAC, that sort of thing, that's not going to be enough. Now, the one advantage I will say Donald Trump has is he has the media advantage. He can pick up the phone and be, you know, on cable or national TV pretty much any time he wants, and he's going to have that advantage. He's got the name ID. The question is whether that can translate in a general election the way that it has in a primary election. I think they're two separate things, and it's like comparing apples and oranges.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know, the image I got Donald Trump with the tin cup, you know, I don't know. We'll have to see how that plays out and if he can get the money. Michael, always good to see you. Thank you.